Gamers.
Hello, y'all. Welcome to Political Post. Not Political Post, Political Pulse. I'm your host, Lego Post Presidency here. As you see, we have very few guests now than our first
Little
episode, which was a
post-puberty.
real crap show. It was very bad. It was a very bad first episode, but we're going to move on today. We have very less people joining us
Yeah, because it's like early.
because it's like very early.
It's so early.
Anyways,
Only
welcome to
7 p.m.
Political Pulse. Today we are going to be talking about who will be Donald Trump's VP pick as the Republican convention looms coming up very soon, next week. And Trump says that he will choose his VP pick before the convention. And so, hold on, let me share my screen. Okay. Oh, there we go. So on June 21st, NBC reported that there were 3 finalists on Trump's shortlist. And those finalists were Doug Burgum, Senator Marco Rubio, and Senator J.D. Vance. Meanwhile, these two, Vance and Rubio, they may have significant problems when it comes to choosing them as VP picks. So some media is arguing that Burgum would be the frontrunner for the VP nomination because he has no problems whatsoever.
What if it's Tim Scott somehow?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Rubio made it to the finalists and not like Ramaswamy or
I was
Scott.
very surprised. And
I'm glad
Rubio
it's not
keeps on
Ramaswamy.
denying it.
Ramaswamy is like a younger Indian Donald Trump. He'd be like a perfect VP.
No, he wouldn't.
Other prospects for his VP were
for other reasons.
this was the reported shortlist out of the other 3 people. It was Dr. Ben Carson,
Hester's
who
here.
was his HUD secretary, Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas, Representative Byron Donalds of Florida, Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina, from my state, Representative and Chair of the House Republican Conference, Elise Stefanik of New York. At least I think that's how you say her name. And Governor Glenn Youngkin.
Wait, Ben Carson's in there?
Yeah, Ben Carson's in there.
I
Well, this
thought it
was
gonna
the
be
reported
him.
shortlist. This was the reported shortlist.
Tester's here, by the way.
Oh, he's here?
Yeah.
All right, Tester. I'll let you on, but please behave this time, for the love of God. Welcome,
Just
Tester.
edit stuff out.
Welcome. Welcome to the show. Tester.
I'm very happy to be here.
All right. So, Tester, let's have your opinion. Out of all the people on the finalist list and the
Ben
reported
Carson.
short list, who do you think will be the VP pick?
Oh, who do I think or who do I want? Well,
Where are you at, Tester?
oh, I'm in public.
Oh, okay. That explains the wins. So who do you think will be the VP pick? Burgum, yeah, we all think it's going to be Burgum.
I hope it's Ben Carson. If it is,
And as
Maybe
if we
it's
all remember,
Adolf.
and as we all remembered, Kristi Noem originally was seen as the front runner to be Trump's VP. Yep, there
Until
she
the
is
dog
right there.
incident.
But then he decided to do the stupidest thing a politician would ever do and say in a book that she killed her own dog with a shotgun.
What a sick fuck.
As the Clintons have found me.
What a sick person.
Also, she had that like affair.
It's a sick person to do that affair. Very terrible.
Shooting dogs.
Maybe it's Adolf Hitler.
Tester, are you in a wind tunnel?
No.
And
I'm not going to show you where I am, but it's unnamed city.
okay.
It's actually rather
And
small city.
as we all remember, in May it was reported by a few media outlets that Nikki Haley was in consideration to be on his VP list.
Bullshit.
But then Donald Trump refuted that and said that she wasn't on the VP list, but he wished her well. And just like me and everyone else on the stream said, it's widely expected that Burgum will be the likely choice for VP.
I'd say it only has like a 40% chance, though. It's more likely not him than it is him.
I mean,
I'd say it's like a 51% chance.
I mean, Marco Rubio is barred from being VP under the 12th Amendment unless he or
That's
Trump
bullshit. He's moving
switches their residence.
He's
And if
switching
Rubio
Burgum
switches his
gets
residence,
tested,
he would have to
he's
resign his
always-
Senate seat.
Trump could just switch his residence back to like New York.
Well, in 2000, when Bush picked Dick Cheney, their residences were both Florida. Excuse me. And Cheney had his residence switched to his home state of Wyoming.
Wait, did you say that Bush was from Florida?
It's Texas.
Did I say Bush was from Florida?
Yeah, you said the residences were both from Florida.
Yes, you did.
Well, that's unless I'm talking about the other Bush. But
We're not.
Jeb Bush did not run in 2000, no.
We were not talking about him.
I was not talking about him, no.
Gotta see where it could go.
But if Rubio is the VP pick, let's just consider this a hypothetical.
This Charger's fast. I'm already at 6%.
Let's consider a hypothetical.
Incredible.
Let's consider
If Rubio is the VP pick, who would replace him in the Senate if he is the VP pick and switches his residency and resigns?
Ron DeSantis appoints himself to the Senate.
I mean, I like to joke about this, but are we looking at the possibility of Senator Matt Gaetz?
That would be incredible.
That would
That would be even worse.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be terrible.
Why don't
That would be terrifying.
I have a feeling that's gonna happen.
Am I sweating?
We don't want them pedophiles in the Senate. Yeah, we don't want those pedophiles in the Senate. That includes Matt Gaetz. And I'm proud to say that on stream, because he is one.
No, he's
Matt
not.
Gaetz is. And of course, we know J.D. Vance is a political newcomer. He was just elected in 2022. And he's mainly known for being an ally to former President Trump and writing that one book, Hillbilly.
Wait.
Even though he criticized Trump in the past.
By a black guy.
Oh, speaking of criticizing Trump in the past, do y'all remember when Rubio ran for president and he criticized Donald Trump's hands and said, if their hands are small, something else must be small.
Oh, yeah. It's like with the feet.
Oh, yeah.
We all know Rubio has a small wiener. We all know it.
Bro.
Video, I have.
I'm not going to go in until they're going. You guys go on first. Actually, yeah.
In fact, the one thing that all these three have in common, they all criticized Trump in the past.
Exactly.
Oh, well, Burgum, I don't know if he criticized Trump in the past.
So right.
I mean, he did run for president. But that ended well. If y'all can't tell, I'm being
all the
sarcastic.
things you just said are factually correct.
You know, didn't know Nikki Haley's campaign.
Bro, we're not here to talk about Nikki.
Well, you're coping still that Nikki lost. Remember seeing your YouTube posts.
Can you hear me? Yeah, you can definitely hear me when I speak, right?
LPP. Remember?
Well, that's
you
in the
tested
past.
beef?
That's a long time ago. It's in the past. It's in the past now.
Yeah.
It's in the past now, ma'am.
You know what else is past? Nikki Haley's father. He's in the past.
Yeah, he's in the
just
past.
like John
so.
McCain, who's not a war hero. He was a
Oh,
fake
please, let's
war
not
hero.
start with the McCains again.
Oh, God. That guy.
Let's
He's
not
riding
start with
the
that
high.
again. But let
Just
me
like
tell
that,
y'all,
the convictions.
there is some reports that Glenn Youngkin is also in speculation as well, possibly being the VP. So, could Glenn Youngkin be a surprise last-minute choice?
Oh, okay.
I mean, he would be good, but like,
I mean, Virginia is somewhat in play now, but I think if he chooses Youngkin, it will probably give Virginia a little bit of battleground status in a way.
If he chooses Youngkin, I'd say it's lean.
Plus, he appeals to suburban voters. Yep. Yeah. And by the way, y'all, Political Pulse will give live coverage of the Republican National Convention starting on Monday, July 15th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Stream. It's going to be my stream.
It's going to be your stream?
No, because I own it. I own the show. Your channel belongs to me.
No, I own the show.
No,
hold on.
I own it.
Look at my tag. Look at my headline. Look, what does it say above my name? LPP, host of Political Pulse.
Little penis puberty.
Oh my God. So anyway, speaking of the Republican convention, did you all see the platform was released for the Republican convention?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you, Chester.
What is it, Agenda 47?
No, it's not.
John McCain is
2025.
What's so
Trump
terrifying
claims,
about Project 2025?
Trump claims he has nothing to do with Project 2025. We'll believe that. It's basically his agenda.
No,
looking at the platform.
Wait, can I say something about Project 2025? I looked at it. I actually like some of it, and some of it is terrifying.
All of it is terrifying.
Yeah, some of it is terrifying.
Abolishing schools.
Get rid of
He's talking about abolishing the Department of Education, I guess, which
Department
I support.
of Education.
That's crazy.
Perry would say Department of Education,
should have the right
Commerce, and what's the third one there?
The EPA.
You know what else I'm looking forward to?
Y'all remember when Rick Perry in one of the debates in 2012, he forgot which third agency he was going to cut?
3 agencies. I forget which one. And then he ended up being the Secretary
Commerce, Education.
Do you guys just realize
and coincidentally,
it's going to be called Project 2028?
Coincidentally, the third agency he was going to cut was the Department of Energy, which he would later run under the Trump administration.
No, I would cut the Department of Education. I'd literally love to do that.
So anyways, the platform for the convention for the Republicans, number 1, seal the border and stop the migrant invasion. Number 2, carry out the largest deportation operation in American history. I sort of think that. End inflation and make America affordable again. Make America the most dominant energy producer in the world by far.
No, but how is he going to make inflation go down? He's not even explaining how he's going to do it.
That's a good question. Maybe cut taxes. Stop outsourcing and turn the United States into a manufacturing superpower. That's number 5. Number 6, large tax cuts for workers and no tax on tips. Excuse me. Lord. 7, defend our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and our fundamental freedoms, including freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the right to keep and bear arms. 8,
Sammy, what do you think about Project 2025?
8, prevent World War III, restore peace in Europe and in the Middle East, and build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our entire country, all made in America. 9, end the weaponization of government against the American people. Okay, this is Project 2025, honestly.
I love it.
10, stop the migrant crime epidemic. Demolish the foreign drug cartels, crush gang violence, and lock up violent offenders. Number 11, rebuild our cities, including Washington, D.C., make them safe, clean, and beautiful again. Number 12, strengthen and modernize our military making it without question the strongest and most powerful in the world. Number 13, keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. Number 14, fight for and protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts, including no change to the retirement age. Number 15, cancel the electric vehicle mandate and cut costly and burdensome regulations. Hold on, y'all, I'm going to check something real fast. All right.
Amy, how does Project 2025 sound terrifying? It sounds amazing.
Wait, where was I at? Number 15?
Wait, is this Project?
Like, it sounds like a dystopia.
Okay, number 16.
Based.
Number 16, cut federal funding for any schools pushing critical race theory, radical gender ideology, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children. 17, keep men out of women's sports. Oh, God. 18, deport pro-Hamas radicals and make our college campuses safe and patriotic again. Okay, that I support. 19, secure our elections, including same-day voting, voter identification, paper ballots, and proof of citizenship. Okay, I thought the Republicans were going to go more lightly on mail-in voting this time.
I like that.
And 20, lastly, unite our country by bringing it to new and record levels of success. And this is the pre-convention delegate count, by the way. Trump 65, Nikki Haley 97, Ron DeSantis 9, and Vivek Ramaswamy 3 delegates. And as far as we know, the only 2 people we know who are going to be speaking at the convention is Sean O'Brien, the president of the Teamsters Union, and Amber Rose, a rapper.
You know who else might be speaking? Dana White.
Y'all, who do you think will be the keynote speaker?
Your mom.
Mike Lindell.
Mike Lindell. Oh God. No.
You know, I was originally thinking before it was announced that Nikki Haley wouldn't attend the convention. I originally thought that she would be the keynote speaker at the convention, like to convince her voters at last minute to accept the choice of the party and support Donald Trump.
What if Trump chose Pence as his VP again?
That would be really funny.
Oh, God, that would be really sad.
He would probably, like, I don't know. His supporters would probably just do a 180 and be like, we love Pence.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, Pence. It was his supporters that erected the gallows outside the Capitol. Not the Capitol, the Capitol. I'm having a Joe Biden moment today.
That was so fucked up. Now the thought of them trying to hate
his supporters, his supporters that erected the gallows outside the Capitol and shouted out, "Hang Mike Pence." And Trump said in a tweet that Mike Pence deserved those calls to be hanged.
When?
I personally don't believe Mike Pence deserved to be hanged. I personally don't believe that.
Didn't Trump want to go to the Capitol when it was happening?
Yeah, he did, but his security stopped him.
I heard he tried to
lunge one of his staff said that he tried to get control of the wheel. He lunged over to the front seat, which is funny.
Wait,
because I think after that claim was made, Trump said, "I'm too fat to get over to the front and grab control of the steering wheel." I think that's what he said, I believe.
Oh my God.
But that staffer said that he lunged to the steering wheel trying to gain control. But they took him away from the steering wheel and told him they were going to head back to the West Wing. Okay.
Did Trump just technically disobey security?
Technically, yes, but technically he had a reason to disobey him. I mean, he was the president of the United States. He could order them to stand down. But on the other hand, the Secret Service is there to protect them for their safety.
They do a good job, though, for real. The Secret Service.
Yeah, they do.
Did you hear what Harry Sisson said? Saying that
Harry Sisson. What did Harry Sisson say this time?
He said on Twitter that since the presidential immunity is like there now, like, and you could basically do anything as president. He said that basically Biden should send in the FBI to like kill Trump. That's what he said.
I was searching on Safari the other day, or I think it was Safari, or maybe Google. I don't know. Because I was looking at the UK recently with their election, and I was searching up, do UK monarchs have immunity from criminal prosecution? And I searched that up, and it says all monarchs, including members of the royal family, are immune from criminal prosecution.
What about the
Basically, we're treating Trump and our other former presidents, including our current president, like if they're kings.
What about
we ran away from kings 250 years ago for a reason.
Wait, LPP, do you think if Trump wins, he's going to leave office, or do you think he'll try and stay longer?
He'll probably stay in office, but honestly, it doesn't matter anyways.
So you think if Trump wins, he's staying in office forever?
Maybe. I did a video once.
I guarantee he will try something.
I did a video once where it was like a scenario if Trump were to be a dictator. So I had Trump winning the election in November, and his first day in office, he makes an address to the public and says that he was suspending the Constitution. So that means he would get rid of term limits.
He can't do that,
stay in power. And then the next thing, the media hits back at him for it, and then he silences the media. Surely how a dictator would do it.
Do you think Trump is evil, though? Do you think he's that evil?
And then I flash forward in that video to 2028. In that election, Trump runs again because he got rid of term limits. And so the military is controlling elections. And they're basically scaring off Democratic voters at gunpoint. Telling them to get out. And so Trump wins that election in a landslide, if you imagine that. And so basically then I have him staying in power until he dies in 2037.
2037 is crazy.
Well, I mean, at that point, he'll be like 91, I think.
No, he's morbidly obese. I don't think he makes it to 91.
Yeah.
I think he does. Look at Joe Biden. He's not going to make it to 91.
So, y'all, on Trump's, when he was writing down how much he weighed,
live till 2040?
How much he weighed and how much his height was.
Wait, what'd you say?
Do you think Biden
when Trump was in Georgia?
2030? Yeah.
When Trump was writing down on his record how much he weighed and what was his height, he wrote down that he was 215.
Bullshit.
215 pounds. Now, does anyone agree on this stream that Donald Trump is 215 pounds?
Fuck no, dude.
No. I'm going to be honest.
He lied on that forum.
Which is perjury. Prosecute him.
No.
I can't believe Trump's going to be president. What happens to the criminal cases, though? What happens to them?
Oh, I think maybe he'll pardon himself, I guess.
And then we go away.
So, I mean, that's what Ford did to Nixon after he left office.
What do you think happens to Jack Smith, though? What do you think happens to Jack Smith?
Jack Smith gets fired.
Who's Jack Smith?
Trump fires Jack Smith like he did to James Comey.
Do you think he sends him to prison?
If Trump gets back, I think he'll probably send every one of his political enemies to prison.
As revenge?
As revenge, yes.
Who's Jack Smith?
You don't know who Jack Smith is?
No, I do not. That sounds so generic.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You live in France. Completely remember now. Oh, yeah. Jack Smith is the special prosecutor, the special counsel that is investigating Trump in these criminal cases.
Oh, yeah.
And originally, Merrick Garland was overseeing the investigation, but after Trump announced he was running again, he appointed the special counsel to avoid any interference in the investigation or alleged bias in the investigation.
Okay.
Do we think Biden gets indicted?
But honestly, regarding the hush money case and the documents case, that is nothing concerned with what he did as president of the United States. I mean, the Supreme Court ruled that presidents can be not prosecuted for official acts they did as president, but they can be prosecuted if they were unofficial acts.
I guarantee that's going to be like top 10 worst Supreme Court cases of all time in like 30 years.
And so anyways,
I mean, that was
moving on to official acts and executive privilege as president. So Democrats, even after their meeting on Capitol Hill yesterday, they are still appear very divided over Biden's fitness to serve. And one of the Democrats who originally said Biden would drop out, Representative Jerry Nadler of New York, he is now backtracking his comments and says he supports the president now. Now, I knew he would come crawling back in, didn't y'all? No. Yo.
One second, I'm responding to a moron on Point Politics that says Project 2025 is bad.
Okay.
A moron? You mean Ager?
So,
yeah.
So anyways, y'all, I knew that Jerry Nadler would crawl back into Biden's circle eventually after saying that he would not support the president. Did y'all think that as well?
I just want to say to women, if you're watching this, I hope you get your rights taken away.
No.
I was just kind of shocked, honestly, about Nadler. He seems so establishment.
I was shocked about Nadler. I mean, he's very anti-Trump. I mean, he and Trump have a rivalry that stems back to the 1990s.
Isn't Nadler the guy that wrote the articles of impeachment?
Yeah, he chaired the impeachment hearings. This guy, he's very New York liberal, very anti-Trump. So I expected him to come back crawling into Biden's arms. And so, by the way, speaking of people that are calling on Joe Biden to step aside, the New York Times released an op-ed that was authored by George Clooney, who is
my God, Joe Biden
a big mega donor for the president. And he hosted a fundraiser with Biden, and I believe Obama was there and Julia Roberts was there. And now George Clooney is saying in an op-ed that the president should bow out of the race. Honestly, now Hollywood is turning against him. They're turning their backs on him. This is what George Clooney said. I love Joe Biden. As a senator, as a vice president, and as president, I consider him a friend, and I believe in him. And then he added, the Biden he saw during the June 15th fundraiser, which also included former President Barack Obama, was not the Joe big effing deal Biden of 2010. Because I'm not sure if y'all know this, but when Obama was about to sign Medicare into law, no, not Medicare, Obamacare into law, Biden said on an open mic to Obama that Obamacare was a, quote, big effing deal. No. Yeah. So,
yeah.
And so Joe Biden there was not the Joe big effing deal Biden of 2010. He wasn't even the Joe Biden of 2020. He was the same man we all witnessed at the debate.
Maybe because Joe Biden's way older now and he can't remember where he is.
And I was watching, I watched a lot of Fox News in the past year. And in the recent months, they've been talking about how many Hollywood actors are more more Democrats other than Republicans, and how much famous Hollywood actors love Joe Biden other than Donald Trump. And George Clooney, he's also very anti-Trump as well.
Let's see, bro. Those actors have probably been to Epstein Island or all pedophiles.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying. It's true.
Oh, man.
Some of them are weird.
Oh, God. And the 10th House Democrat to call on him to step out of the race, Representative Pat Ryan. He has also now called on the president to drop out of the race.
Who the hell is Pat Ryan?
Pat Ryan's it?
Yeah, Pat Ryan. I think he was elected in 2022 in a special election. Then he won a full term.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Pat Ryan. This was just breaking news. This was over less than an hour.
Why are we taking these representatives seriously, though? They have no influence.
It's been an hour ago since it was reported. So this is maybe the 10th Democrat. CNN says this is the 8th Democrat, not according to Wikipedia.
Biden's not going to drop out, though. He's going to be the nominee.
Yeah, Ryan said also in the New York Times, along with George Clooney, and later wrote in a statement on X, formerly known as Twitter, saying, I am asking Joe Biden to step aside to deliver on his promise to be a bridge to a new generation of leaders. Trump is an existential threat to democracy, to American democracy. It is our duty to put forward the strongest candidate against, Ryan wrote. Joe Biden is a patriot, but is no longer the best candidate to defeat Trump. Yeah.
Who would they choose, though, as a replacement? There's no one else.
I'd say I'd tell you, honestly, I want Biden to drop out, but it's very late in the game for him to drop out. I mean, some filing deadlines for candidates in some races in some states have already passed. Some of those deadlines have long passed. And the convention for the Democrats, I believe, starts on the 19th, right?
Next month, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 6 weeks away. Convention,
yeah, they don't have time.
6 weeks away.
They don't have time to replace Biden. He's not getting replaced.
Yeah, he's not getting replaced.
Joe Biden would have to die or something.
Yeah, he would have to die or something.
Which would
this morning on Morning Joe, this is an NBC, which is an MSNBC show. They're very liberal. Nancy Pelosi stopped short of saying whether Biden should stay in the race. So time is running short for him to make a decision.
Watch her be the Democratic leader again next year.
What's that?
Watch her be the Democrat leader again. Just watch.
Much of the Democrat leader. Huh.
She will be.
And she wrote, technically she didn't write anything, but she said on Morning Joe this morning, it's up to the president to decide if he is going to run. We're all encouraging him to make that decision because time is running short.
Yeah, the longer they wait, just the worse of a chance they have. But I mean, it's not like it'd be impossible for someone else to win if they nominate the right person. But if they're just gonna replace him with Kamala Harris, then why even bother?
I mean,
Kamala Harris make it Weber so she can lose to Trump.
You need to have a more popular Democrat in place of Kamala Harris.
Josh Shapiro?
Other than Kamala Harris, like Gavin Newsom, Michelle Obama. Imagine if Michelle Obama was the nominee. Imagine that.
Yeah, that guy, Michael Obama.
Oh, God. All right, so I forgot to add one more thing.
What if it's Whitmer and she loses to Trump? How would you feel, Sammy?
She will not lose, bro. She will crush him, bro.
No, she won't. She stands no chance.
Gretchen sitting in a tree.
Let's just say the 13 keys prove otherwise, because whenever it's an open seat, the other party wins. So, L. Sammy.
And so, the very last thing regarding the Democrats is Michael Bennet. He's a senator from Colorado.
Yeah, that guy.
He is the first Democrat in the U.S. Senate. He's become the U.S. first Democrat in the U.S. Senate to say that Trump would lose. No, not Trump would lose. Biden would lose against Trump. And now he's warning of a GOP landslide if possible.
Wait, why does this feel like 2016 but reversed?
It feels like that.
Yeah,
and we know how that turned out.
Imagine Biden wins and numbers are showing Trump winning.
Yeah, so Michael Bennet from Colorado, he says that he doesn't believe Joe Biden will win. He says Donald Trump is on track, I think, to win this election and maybe win it by a landslide and take with him the Senate and the House. So
I think
for
the House
me,
is going to stay red.
It's a question about polling. It's not a question about politics. It's a moral question about the future of our country. I tell you, the White House, in the time since that disastrous debate, I think has done nothing to really demonstrate they have a plan to win this election. Oh, speaking of how the White House is reacting, did y'all see how Karine Jean-Pierre, when referring to Biden's NATO press conference, she called it like a big boy press conference?
Yeah, could you imagine?
They're coping so hard.
I tell you, when will John Kirby replace her as press secretary?
I know. Could you imagine, though, if Trump just became speaker if he loses and the Republicans keep the House?
I mean, I really would have wanted him to be speaker when Kevin McCarthy was thrown out.
Imagine he becomes speaker, though, after he loses the election.
Yeah, he'll probably become speaker if he loses.
Just imagine that. It'd be funny.
Imagine that, yeah. And
that'd be so hilarious.
Honestly, John Kirby should replace Karine Jean-Pierre as press secretary. I mean, she never answers the questions directly. I mean, when they ask her the questions,
she's gonna have to find a new job after November. So
I mean, heck, yeah. Kirby is the White House communications director, so why don't they swap places? He can be the press secretary. She can be the communications director. She's not that very well at communicating, to be honest.
Yeah, but she's gonna have to find a new job after the election.
Every time when reporters ask a question about the president's health, she's always like, "Oh, sorry, I have no comment. No comment. No comment. No comment." We're hearing that every day at our press conferences when asked about Biden's mental acuity. It's absurd. It's ridiculous.
Sammy's gonna bawl his eyes out when Trump wins. By the way, everybody.
What's that?
Sure, I've already accepted it. I don't even live in the country. It's fine.
Yeah.
What if you lived in the country?
Well, you have Macron, buddy.
Macron's fine, I guess. I mean, it could be better.
God. All right, so that's all for now, folks. We'll be back on Monday. We're giving live coverage of the Republican convention at 8:30 p.m. But right now, that's all for now, folks. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Subscribe to Sammy Talks Politics.